Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight 3411, departing from Chicago O'Hare International Airport to our final destination of Louisville, Kentucky. I am Christy Kardashian, and I will be your flight attendant for today. Our pilots are Captains Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, assisted by our first officer, Nick Jonas. The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please ensure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I ask that you please remain seated as we work to secure our aircraft from a security breach. Thank you.
Hey, come on. Come on.
Isn't that right? Can't the pilots drive to Louisville? Can't they rent a car for the pilots and have them drive? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Guys, my God! What are you doing? No, this is wrong! Oh my God! Look at what you did to him! Oh my God!
Let's see what Angela has to say about this. Yo, Angela, what's up?
Hello?
Hey, did you hear about the stuff that happened with United Airlines?
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's blowing up my feed right now.
Yeah, they need to chill out, dude. Like, how are you gonna overbook your planes and then ask people to get off? Like, it's choosing money over people.
Yeah. I never liked flying with them anyways. Expensive and bad customers.
Yeah, dude, like, never again. Alright, see ya.
Well, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, for sure.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What you just saw there is something. Words are hard. United Airlines is in hot water after a man allegedly refused to get off the plane for an airline employee. Airline companies have been known to overbook their flights in anticipation for cancellations, but this just took it to another level. People, both travelers and non-travelers, are outraged at the incident. We have yet to hear from United Airlines CEO Oscar Munoz. We'll continue to report on this as we get more information. Anderson, back to you.
I don't know if you heard about this over the weekend, a story that happened. There was a United Airlines flight in Chicago that was overbooked, and to make room for people, they forcibly removed one of the passengers. Did y'all hear about this? Yeah, it's crazy. They charged him a $50 removal fee. That's not true. That's not true. No, your first forcible removal is free. So then everyone on the flight was very upset by this, and on top of it all, the in-flight movie was Manchester by the Sea. So it was very depressing. Like, the whole flight, can you imagine? There was a video posted that went viral. Everybody was angry at United for the way they handled it. Now there's a reason I'm telling you this, and I'm sorry to say, but one of you has to leave. And I have to... I would not do that. One of the things that was I think there were a lot of issues here, but the biggest problem was the way that United handled it. They had a computer pick a random person and just took them off the plane. That seems like a bad policy. Here's a better policy. Don't overbook your flight.
What's up, guys? Jack from the Jack Daily Show here, reporting at LAX. I came out to find out more about what United Airlines thinks about the whole situation. Oh, here's a worker now. What do you think about the man being pulled off of the plane on flight 3411? No comment. Not surprising. That's Jack, reporting back.
Start our international news with the PR disaster for United Airlines. The company's move to drag a man off an overbooked flight has sparked outrage around the world and especially in China. With more on this and other news in East Asia, let's turn to our Aram. Aram, the incident went viral globally, but it seems Chinese people are particularly incensed.
Yes, that's right, Gia. After videos of the incident went viral on Weibo and WeChat, China's two most popular social networking sites, hundreds of thousands of angry comments started flooding in. Most of them pointed to the man's race as the reason for him to be treated the way he was. The man in question has been identified as 69-year-old David Dow, a Vietnamese-American medical doctor from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and a father of 5. Some Chinese netizens also questioned why, out of so many passengers, an Asian couple were chosen to give up their seats to make way for flight staff. A petition has circulated on WeChat calling for passengers to boycott United Airlines, which flies to several destinations in China. Another petition with more than 60,000 signatures has been sent to the White House, demanding a federal investigation into the matter. Netizens have also reacted angrily to United Airlines CEO Oscar Munoz, who has been pilloried for his response to the matter. In an email to employees, he defended his airline's actions, saying the passenger had been disruptive and belligerent by refusing to leave the plane. One of the 3 security officials involved in the incident has been placed on leave, and the U.S. Department of Transportation is reviewing whether United complied with rules on overbooking.
What do you think about the man being pulled off the plane?
Pulled off the plane? Well, I saw that it was a discrepancy because of his weight, and it was very intense. Like, I know that there's a weight issue, like, you know, they have to buy 2 seats, but it's totally wrong. I think that they shouldn't have to pay extra. I think the flight attendant should have moved him up to first class without them even, causing a problem. I don't understand.
Jane, we need to come up with a plan.
Yes, we do.
So, how do you want to go about this?
There's a lot of backlash. We really need to figure out. I thought stepping out of the FAA, I wasn't gonna have to deal with this kind of stuff, but it looks like I'm gonna have to pull out my FAA skills. We're breaking a lot of laws, or at least that's what the public thinks.
And right here, I do have the release statements on what happened on the flight and who was in charge of that flight. I want to go ahead and have them read it to me so I can get full details on what happened exactly on the flight and how we can better assist our customers.
Yeah, so what are their names? It's Captain Brad Pitt and First Officer Kim Kardashian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we definitely need to talk to them, and they'll be here soon. They should be here in a couple minutes. What time is it? Yeah, I told them to be here in a couple minutes, so.
Sounds good.
As soon as they get here, we gotta come up with a plan.
Yes.
British European Airways announced the departure of their Viscount, Flight 422 to Amsterdam. Will passengers please proceed to channel number 4 for customs and...
Good morning. I am Oscar Munoz, CEO of United Airlines.
And I'm Jane Garvey, Chairwoman of the Board of United Airlines.
Good morning.
Good morning. As you all know, today we are here to discuss what happened on Flight 3411. Right here I have your statements. I would like you both to read them for me.
Here's the flight summary. On Sunday, April 9th, after United Express Flight 3411 was fully boarded, United Gates agents were approached by crew members that were told they needed to board the flight. Now, we sought volunteers and allowed our involuntary denial of boarding access, which included the offering of $1,000 in compensation. And when we approached one of these passengers to explain apologetically that he was being denied boarding, he then raised his voice and refused to comply with the crew member's instructions. Now, Christy, what was your report?
He said that would be more times after that in order to gain his compliance to come off the aircraft, and each time he refused and became more and more disruptive and belligerent. Our agents were left with no choice but to call Chicago Aviation security officers to assist in removing the customer from the flight. He repeatedly declined to leave. Chicago Aviation security officers were unable to gain his cooperation and physically removed him from the flight as he continued to resist, running back onto the aircraft in defiance of both our crew and security officials.
Thank you. After hearing from the both of you, this is the tweet I have decided to release on Twitter. This is an upsetting event to all of us here at United. I apologize for having to reaccommodate these customers. Our team is moving with a sense of urgency to work with authorities and conduct our own detailed review of what happened. We are also reaching out to this passenger to talk directly to him and further address and resolve the situation.
Crystal, Brad, welcome back from China. There have been some developments actually on Flight 3411. Dr. Dao has been violently dragged off from one of our flights, and our CEO, Oscar Munoz, has sent out 2 emails, and I wanted to share with those both of you right now. This is the first email, and this is the second email. Brad, what do you make of that first email?
Well, this first one, it seems like Oscar's being rather hesitant. You know, he's saying the things that a CEO naturally should say, that he should address, like to his team, that these things are still, the circumstances are still evolving, that he deeply regrets that this happens, but at the same time, whether he means it or not, it seems that he's, like with this first sentence, emphatically, I stand behind all of you, makes it seem like there's something coming. I think that's rather strange. I mean, I didn't understand the severity of this.
Right. Crystal, what do you think of the second one?
Well, the second email seems to state that Oscar is giving an apology to the customer for what happened on the flight. He says that this has caused outrage not only to the company but disappointment as well. He also says that he's going to take measures into his own hand to provide the best customer service to future flights, and that's what I got out of the second email.
Right. I'm curious to see what United does in the future to prevent this from happening.
Airlines passenger being forcibly removed from a flight. The airline, as you know, is under attack, and everyone from the White House to comedians are reacting to how United handled the incident. Now the company's CEO is speaking exclusively to ABC News about what he calls that horrific event that sparked an international firestorm. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis just sat down with him in Chicago. Good morning, Rebecca.
Robin, good morning to you. And this was United CEO Oscar Munoz's first interview since that incident that has sparked all of the outrage. It was a wide-ranging conversation, and I asked him, what did he think when he watched that video? Oscar, this incident has sparked outrage around the world. There are calls this morning to boycott your brand. What did you think when you saw that video of a man being dragged off of one of your planes?
Oh, good morning, and thank you for having me. It's not so much what I thought, it's what I felt. Probably the word ashamed comes to mind. You know, as I think about our business and our people, the first thing I think is important to say is to apologize to Dr. Dow, his family, the passengers on that flight, our customers, our employees. That is not who our family at United is. And you saw us at a bad moment. And this will never happen again on a United Airlines flight. That's my premise and that's my promise.
Why not communicate that shame, as you call it initially? In your initial apology, in your initial statement, you apologized for reaccommodating passengers. And in your internal notes to your employees, you talked about a belligerent and disruptive passenger. Why did it take until Tuesday to offer a more full-hearted apology?
I think my first reaction to most issues is to get the facts and circumstances. And my initial words fell short of truly expressing what we were feeling.
Tonight we have the daughter of the man that was drugged off the plane, Danielle Dow. Danielle, how are you? How's your father?
I'm doing good. He's doing good. I mean, despite what happened, it's really hard to be positive about things, but I'm here trying to look forward.
Absolutely. Through the grapevine, we have heard that there's been some sort of compensation going on for your father. Is that true? Can you confirm?
We have been in contact with United Airlines. They reached out to us obviously after the fact, and after going back and forth, we've come to an agreement and reached a settlement. I mean, but really, a settlement doesn't make things right. It's just they have to put something down, but this is a lot.
Right.
We're going through a lot.
Well, just so that you know, United has now announced several steps to prevent such episodes from reoccurring, and said passengers who had arrived on an aircraft shouldn't have to give up their seats. The airline said it could create a new checklist process that would allow passengers to volunteer to give up their seats, and they're being compensated $10,000 now instead of $1350. Like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, you know, they're just putting dollar signs on things to try to diffuse the situation. That's fine. Whatever way they want to do it, that's fine. I just really hope that going forward, this doesn't happen to anyone.
Right. Well, United has also said that it has announced that they will no longer ask law enforcement officers to remove passengers from its planes from overbooking. So that won't happen again. As far as being aggressively mistreated and dragged off the plane, that will not happen.
That's good. I hope they stick to that. I really do hope they stick to that. My dad is, I mean, he's really trying to get over this. He's going through some post-traumatic stress. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, as anyone would, I think. So I hope they stick to it.
Definitely, Danielle Dow. Well, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daily Show. You may be wondering why I have a plane on my desk today. Well, I'm going to talk to you about United Airlines. Recently, a man was ripped off a plane after United had accidentally overbooked a flight. When he refused to leave, he was dragged off. He emerged battered and bleeding. Now, United Airlines has all kinds of backlash for this. Now, despite that, I think they should look to the bright side. Perhaps this is an opportunity for a new slogan. For instance, if we can't beat our competitors, we'll beat our customers. All right. Now, to respond to all this backlash, United Airlines has put out a few new promotions to keep people coming. For instance, pre-flight fight lessons, in-flight boxing gloves, as well as a service to pick people up right from the terminal. Now, I don't know if anyone pays attention to stocks, but as based on this graph, you can see that their stocks were on the rise just until this moment when they were beaten down quite like the man.